What is going on, guys? This Steeler here back again with yet another video. RDX podcast, of course, the weekly podcast. We'll be talking about all the latest in gaming news and more. And of course, I have an absolutely next level, phenomenal, shitty, amazing panel with me here today. And I want to start with our guest, Predator. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Man, thanks for having me on, man. It's the first time I had a chance to be out here on RDX. I've done stuff with Salty before, but I don't think I've ever been on with Ashton and D before, so this is really exciting for me.
Yeah, it's great. I'm glad you like those two. Anyway, speaking of Luca, once again, how you been?
I'm doing good, bro. I am enjoying my life. You know, life is so beautiful. I got my bro Salty here. I got my bro Pred here. I think we're going to have a great time tonight.
I'm glad you got your two bros here. God, everyone's leaving me out today. What the fuck? All right, D, what's going on with you, man? How you been?
Man, I've been chilling, trying to get onto this CFD server. Right now, it's like kind of down, so it's okay to take a break and do the podcast. And Luca, let's make it a four-way.
Oh, God.
I'm too young to know what that is, sir, but okay.
Yeah, stay away from playgrounds. And we've also got Salt, man. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I got my salt levels filled up last night on Sea of Thieves, but I'll talk about that later, I guess.
Cops are coming after you. Yeah. Sea of Thieves, a lot of stuff going on there. Be sure and let us know what you think of the game so far in the comments. And, of course, we got a ton of great topics. E3, some kind of leaked NPD numbers from March, apparently. Really interesting stuff. And, of course, we're going to start light, get heavy. And we're going to start with Sea of Thieves and what's going on with the game. Our immediate thoughts, seeing as it is launch day.
Can I go first?
D, let me know what you think.
Wait, can I go first?
Sure.
Yeah, I just want to say I didn't play the game. All right, go ahead.
Okay. D, what about you? What about you? Did you play it, D?
Yes, I played it. So yesterday, I put out a video how to get on early. So I switched my server to New Zealand. So I've been playing it from yesterday. So I didn't really experience the server problems that we're going through today. And I got to say, I'm impressed. You know, at first I was kind of down on the cartoony nature of it. But the final build of the game, it's beautiful. I actually really am digging the art direction that they took on this game. It's different. It's not like, you know, it's not cel shaded. It's like some different type of art direction. But I'm enjoying it. It's mindless fun, and I'm enjoying being a pirate. I enjoy it.
Great. Anybody else in here play this? Salt?
Sea of Thieves? Yeah. Definitely played it. I don't know, man. I like the game, but not much changed from the beta and the alpha, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff was promised, and the fact that there wasn't, you know, there was about 20% in the beta that was included, and that we were going to be seeing a lot more content. But I played it last night with my buddies. We had a lot of fun because it's fun to play with other people. But as far as the content goes, it was pretty status quo. It was about the same as the beta. There was a lot more customization going on there and some other things. But overall, it's about the same as the beta for me.
Yeah. And I've got a lot to say on it, actually. I'm going to release a video soon after the podcast uploads. I hope you guys check it out. You know, I think some of you guys will find it interesting. As we pass 200 people watching live, guys, we do have to pay the bills real quick. League Gaming Podcast. These guys are sponsoring the show once again. Their link is down below. So check that out after the show. We appreciate it. Anybody else, and of course, let us know what you think of the chat. Anybody else play this game here on the panel?
I have not had a chance to touch it. I'm actually not in town right now. I downloaded it on my Surface, and I was going to try it through that. And it worked. I actually got on. I can't play with keyboard and mouse for shit. And I forgot to bring my controller with me. I forgot to pack it. So I haven't touched it. It looks like shit on the Surface, but it was playable.
You were in the 540i mode at 15 FPS.
Yeah. Actually, it was 720 on the Surface. That was default to the 720, and it worked fine. I mean, I can still like maneuver and move and stuff like that. It sounds like a jet engine trying to take off or something like that. But I mean, it worked. But it from what little bit I played, it, like, you know, like Salty said, it felt like the same bit that I was playing before. When the last little iteration came out a couple of weeks ago. So it just didn't seem like it upgraded any. I can't tell
Yeah.
about the graphics part, obviously, but
Well,
gameplay wise,
you are playing on a Surface, right?
Yeah.
I will add though, I did have one gripe with it though. I was trying to like select my character, and there's like really no black dudes I could choose. There was a lot of black chicks, but there was no black dudes I could pick. That kind of annoyed me.
I think I'm playing as a black dude.
Yeah, well, I was going through the generator, like you know how you generate the characters at the start. I just had a hard time like actually finding like a real black dude. I found some like brown dudes, but I didn't really find any black dudes.
Brown dudes.
I didn't honestly. I mean, I just chose one and went, and I don't know. I didn't have to. It's not one of those games where I got to be me and not really role playing super hard, you know. So let us know once again, guys, what you think in the chat. Sea of Thieves, the scores that are going around with this game, some of the impressions. They're really mixed. I think it's got a 5.9 on the user score right now on Metacritic.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
I guess, yeah, and you know, we're gonna get some Sony guys throwing some shade because of that. Remember, in all fairness, GT Sports at a 6.0, so it can't be that bad, right? So, you know, that's kind of our quick opinions on the Sea of Thieves stuff. No one else here played it yet. Luca plans on jumping him through Game Pass, though, so we'll drag her on. And I
just want to ask you, Dealer, are there any credible reviews like from any big sites? Like,
a lot of review in progress stuff.
Okay.
So I've got a lot of time in the game. I've already played it for like 8 hours. Believe it or not, I didn't go to bed last night, not because of the game, because I was doing some other stuff. I ended up playing it for like 7-8 hours. You guys, a lot of you guys saw my photo on Twitter where we went out and got 20-25 chests and threw them in the bottom of the smallest boat. You know, we survived the whole time. We had a good time, but you know, I got a lot of information coming on my thoughts of that and what's going on in the community with this game in a video coming soon. So if you happen to give a fuck, check it out. Far Cry 5 Xbox One X enhancements. For those that didn't know, according to Best Buy, the game's actually going to run at 1800p on the X. Not surprising, given Ubisoft games, particularly Far Cry, and D can attest to this. Pretty demanding series.
Yeah.
And also, it's going to be my guess on the Pro, because we always get questions, probably 1080 to 1292p, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. The game will reportedly offer a performance mode, and this is according to Best Buy. Keep that in mind. I do not think you'll see a 60 frames. I think it's going to be a performance mode in the vein of Horizon Zero Dawn, where it's kind of locked 30 no matter what. What do you think about this, D?
Yeah, you know what? I was a little bit torn on what system I was going to get it for. And just going on Ubisoft's track record, I'm actually going to get it for the X because I think it's probably going to run like shit on the PC unless you have like two 1080 Ti's and SLI or something. I don't think it's going to run that well on PC. So I think I'm just going to get it for the Xbox. I can deal with the 30 frames per second for that game and 1800p with all the bells and whistles. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ubisoft are inherently bad at optimizing CPU performance, especially on their games on the PC. So I was really surprised to see Origins hit the resolutions it was on that kind of power. Anybody looking forward to Far Cry 5? I've got it pre-ordered. Hey, why not?
I have pre-ordered. Yes, I have pre-ordered as well.
Oh my God, Luca! Now answer this question: did you pre-order it yourself?
What do you mean?
So
did you mooch this one?
Did I mooch this one? No, I'm sharing with my game share partner though. We split the cost.
Yeah, you're legitimately into it then. That's good. Mm-hmm. Let us know if you're into it in the chat. By the way, Colt, he's in the chat. I have to point this out real quick. He couldn't be here. Getting a leg amputated or some shit. So he'll be back next week. You know, we guess we can
miss you, Stubby.
We miss you, Colt. I just want to say that I'm happy to hear that there's rumors of a performance mode because from All Day said he played it and he said that it wasn't running very well. So I was just kind of like, man, I hope this is at least a stable 30, you know?
When did he play it?
PSX. I told All Day not to worry about PSX performance. It's 5 months from launch on a PS4 Pro. The game's going to look great on all platforms. So,
and usually at a show like that, it's a pretty old build too.
Mm-hmm. And he was told, by the way, which is funny, and you can ask him this on Twitter. He was told by the guy demoing Far Cry 5 that the game was going to run at 60 frames per second on the PS4 Pro. All Day will tell you this happened. So that's the thing with some of these events. You got guys demoing games there. Ubisoft literally just says, "Hey, you want to tell people about our game? You know, kind of walk them through a section. We'll pay you a couple $100 for a weekend." And that's what they do. Those are not developers of the game 95% of the time. So keep that in mind. The game will not run at 60 on the Pro. I mean, there's astronomically small chance of that. If it does run at 60 on any console, I'd be blown away.
No, that game is not going to run 60. Far Cry, it's always been more demanding than even Assassin's Creed. You know, it's not. It's honestly tell you, I think we're going to see some benchmarks on the PC side, and I don't think that game is going to run 60 frames per second on a 1080 Ti. I think it'll probably be like 40, 50 frames per second or something.
Yeah, it depends on the resolution, but
yeah.
So it is what it is. I'm getting the game. Looks interesting. I hope the villain's great, and it comes out next week. Predator, you looking at this or not?
I've decided, I've taken a stance with Ubisoft games to wait and see, just from past experiences with For Honor, with Ghost Recon, with pretty much everything. Assassin's Creed actually came out decent when I got it on the X, but most of the other games that come out with this generation have been kind of shitty at launch. So I'm gonna wait and see. Yeah, you know, so I'm gonna wait and see what they do with the game. I'll give it about a month or so and maybe get it when it drops in price.
Yeah, especially the last game. What was that game? Like the tactical game where you have like what was it?
Wasn't Rainbow Six or was it Ghost Recon?
No, Ghost Recon. That Ghost Recon.
Yeah.
It ran like shit on the PC, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you had a high-end rig, like you weren't getting that much high frame rates on that, man. You had to run it like kind of medium to high to get decent frame rates. I don't understand, because there's a lot better looking games out there that are running a lot better. Like, come on, get your shit together. I have a little faith because Assassin's Creed came out a little bit better, so let's just hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. They did a good job with the X version of Ghost Recon and stuff like that, adding better textures and settings almost across the board. So, Salty, you plan on getting this before we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, the good thing about game sharing is sometimes the games that you're kind of questioning, you get those for free because your buddy pulls the trigger on them. That's what's happening with this game. I saw some footage on the game, and honestly, I wasn't too blown away by, you know, the visuals and stuff like that. And I kind of question whether or not it's going to be, you know, groundbreaking when it comes to the gameplay. It kind of looks like a repetitive game like some of the past iterations, but I think some of the improvements are there, and I'm excited for some of the things like the co-op experience. I'm all about co-op on Xbox, so I'll definitely run through that with buddies. But as far as Ubisoft goes, yeah, man, my buddies bought the $100 version, and I called him crazy for that because he pre-ordered that like 2 months ago.
Damn.
You know?
Wow.
So I don't know, man. It's
sorry, Ubisoft, not gonna happen.
The reason why I took a chance and pre-ordered is because at every E3 I pre-order my games. Amazon has like a special, you can get them for like $40 most of the new releases coming in the upcoming year. So for $40 I said, you know what, I'll take a risk on it. But come on, $100, come on, man.
Well, hey, there ain't really, you know, for a lot of people, there's not a lot out in the first half of this year. So Far Cry is kind of that beginning marker. So I'm picking it up. It looks great. Shout out to almost 350 people watching this live already, guys. Hit that like button if you can. It really helps. And for the Halo fans out there, apparently 343 are going to be showing something off this E3. They say they've got a new experience in that universe, but not that experience, meaning not really Halo 6, but something. Personally, myself as well as Colt are thinking maybe they're bringing Halo Reach to the Master Chief Collection, much like they brought ODST to the Master Chief Collection. Any thoughts on that real quick?
I'm over it, man. I want a new experience. I don't really want to be playing old games. And I think for them to bring it to the Master Chief Collection, I think they should have did it already. I think it's a little too late for that now, in my opinion, but could be wrong.
Yeah. And Predator, you just did something that's never been done on the show before, bro. You're on the show and you're in the super chat.
That's how I do shit, son.
You do it. You do shit crazy. Holy fuck. I ain't fucking with you. All right. So, yeah, they're saying you might see something new from 343. Keep in mind, Gamescom, they said something as well, and it turned out to be Halo Wars 2 Flood DLC, which I bought and played through. It was all right. So, I don't know. We'll see. Let us know if you'd play a Halo Reach in the Master Chief Collection after it's been 4K'd up. Battlefront 2's new progression system hits soon this week, in fact, and allows you to play as one character, one class, and actually level up just that one class without randomized crate drops, all that stupid shit that ruined progression in Battlefront 2. So play as the heavy, get points as the heavy, put points towards the heavy, and the upgrades you'd like. That update comes this week.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Seeing how I love to play as a heavy, so that's good. Yeah, that random gear is just choose the class you want and get the upgrades for that class. Makes sense. I don't understand these guys. I don't know. It's not rocket science. I don't know, man.
Yeah, the
What
update
changed
hits
from
March
Battlefront
21st.
to Battlefield. I mean, isn't that the way it was in Battlefield? Your character you play as is the person you get the updates for, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not groundbreaking material, right? You should get progression for the class that you play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just want to make it absolutely, crystal clear that even after this update, the progression's still not going to be as good as, Battlefield 4 even. So it's better, though, than it was. I'll say that. And that hits March 21st for those looking to finally jump back into that game. I've been waiting because that game looks phenomenal, and EA found a way to fuck it up. So once again, let us know if you think it's too late. Too little, too late. And I guess since no one else has anything to say on that, God of War, Luca, let us know what you think.
It's so pretty. It looks so good. I'm very excited because I was one of the
We
few
need more
people.
from you.
I was one of the few people who maybe not few, maybe that's a bit much, but I was not really interested in the game. From what I was seeing, I was kind of like, well, this doesn't really seem like God of War. I wasn't interested, and then that leaked gameplay footage came out on Friday, and I was like, whoa. This actually looks pretty great. Like at first I kind of thought it was like simplistic, kind of repetitive, but then he started getting into his combos. They showed the RPG system. I was like, oh, okay. And then they've been showing more and more ever since. I'm like, okay, this looks phenomenal. Day one buy for me. I'm very excited for the game. This is like the first time I felt like genuine excitement for a game in a year, probably. So I can't wait to play it. And oh man.
That's a great answer. I think that's part of the reason Michael Chichiro on the Super Chat said great crew, because that was such a phenomenal answer. And actually, you were kind of a detractor of Kratos Jr. in the background.
Oh, absolutely.
What are your new thoughts on him? Is he in the background getting into shit, or is he up to
he seems, honestly, like from what I've seen, he seems like he's not going to be as annoying as I thought he was going to be. He doesn't seem like he's chattering as much, at least from what we saw. He seems like he's helpful in combat, which is like a plus. We don't have to take care of the kid, right? So honestly, I'm not worried anymore. I'm not worried. Those were my criticisms, and they were genuine criticisms. I wasn't just hating on the game to hate on it. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be a good game. Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you. We've talked about this game several times. It's a day one for me, and we get new listeners to the show every single week, and they see Xbox podcast. Of course, it's Xbox centric, but that's the thing that's kind of cool about this show is we just keep shit real, and God of War looks great. It looks really good. And it's a day one for me for sure. Anybody else getting this?
Yeah, man.
Picking it up day one.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I pre-ordered this last E3 as well for $40. So E3 this year, guys, pre-order your games, man. They're a lot cheaper, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Who is this hobo next to a dumpster that you're buying all this shit from? I got some TVs. I got a war.
The PlayStation games, son.
Yeah, you know what? It's surprising. A lot of people don't know that every E3, Amazon has a special. All the games that they announce, the upcoming games, you can get them for like half price.
Really?
Every E3 they do the same thing. It's only for like while E3 is going on. So like the Monday when E3 is done, then that's it. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, yeah, I pre-ordered it way back when, and I'm excited for it. I enjoyed the leaked footage as well. When Kratos threw the axe and it was like stuck in the guy, and then he went and gave off some 3-piece combos and then called for his axe back, and then man, it looks phenomenal. And his son, he was getting into the action. He was jumping on heads and telling his dad, "Look out!" and doing all kinds of shit. So yeah, it looks phenomenal, and they're doing this, on lesser capable hardware, and like, man, it looks beautiful. It's a gorgeous looking game.
Yeah, Digital Foundry did confirm that it's checkerboard 4K. It looks great. And Predator, you said you were picking this up too, right?
Oh yeah, this is one of the games I was looking forward to getting when I picked up my PlayStation. So I haven't pre-ordered it yet. What's that?
You're not gonna play it on your Surface?
Not unless it's on PS Now. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the games I was actually looking forward to picking up on my PlayStation when I decided to pick up a PlayStation. So definitely getting it. I was a little skeptical about having the Sun in there. Initially, I thought it was going to be one of those, carry this motherfucker around type games. The whole, I'm like, I don't feel
Dad
like
of
doing
War.
that. And I mean, and I kind of thought that maybe I'm not giving you spoilers. This was why I thought was going to happen. Like, maybe Kratos dies, the Sun takes over. Maybe you flash forward like fucking 10 years later and you're the Sun. I don't know how the story ends up, but I figured it would end up going into kind of like the Gears of War franchise is going at some point. So, I'm looking forward to it though. I mean, I'm ready to see it. And I put out some leak footage. The video that kind of got taken down when it first dropped, I put it on my Facebook and my Twitter, and people started hitting it up and passing it around a little bit. But the game looks great. I mean, it looks really amazing. I mean, we can get into some other subjects about the Xbox stuff versus the PlayStation stuff later, I guess. But this game looks phenomenal. This is like a system seller.
Yeah, it's probably PlayStation 4's best looking game for sure. It's one of the best looking games of the generation, easily. Salty, feel free to jump in, man. I don't think you have a PS4, but what are your thoughts, real quick?
Oh yeah.
We're not trying to harp on this game too long, but you get what I'm saying.
Fine. Yeah, I actually almost pulled the trigger on buying a PS4 Pro, that bundle, because I've been looking at getting a PlayStation, but God, the way it looked, I couldn't get over it. I didn't want to get the special edition, so ultimately that's why I didn't get it. But
the thing of it is, Salty, is like I'm right there with you. The system's really ugly, but it comes with the game, bro.
It's true.
It's
true. Yeah, like if you look at the price point, I was looking at a Slim, and that's like $300. You pay $400, you get the game, you get a Pro. It's the way the console looked, because I didn't want to put that on my entertainment center. But as far as the game, as far as the game goes, my God, I mean, like I said before, I watched the gameplay and it hyped me up enough to go get off my butt and go up to Best Buy and try to get a system. So yeah, it's a system seller. I love what they've done with it. The Norse mythology, I love that shit. I feel like Kratos' axe is kind of reminiscent of Thor. The way he throws it out and he calls it back, it definitely is a callback to that. I'm digging the RPG elements. The fact that why is it that you always go to a dwarf that sounds the same in these games to upgrade your materials, So it looks good, man. I honestly definitely more than likely going to get a PlayStation soon, and I'm hyped for the game. So
yeah, that Pro consoles, like we've curb stomped this poor thing so hard on show. Like Noof said, it looks like you got your grandma's doilies taped to the side of your PS4 Pro. It's really bad. It's probably one of the ugliest consoles I've ever seen.
It's a giant.
Lucas got a point. Lucas got a point. You get a free copy of the game. So for me personally, I don't think it's worth it. I would get the Black Pro, even though I already got one. You know what I'm saying? It's just hideous. But hey, God of War comes out. What day does that come out? Do you remember, Luca? Anybody?
420.
Yeah.
420.
How do you know that? Why does that date stand out? Why does that date stand out?
I don't know. It just does. Wow.
Yeah, you frauds. Okay, 420. It comes out 420. So keep that in mind if you're looking for the game. If you're not, hey, yeah, whatever.
Gameplay will be really enhanced that day.
Yeah. God, I was going to mention something, but I forgot what I was going to say. It was important. Hey, Spyro. We do know there's a remastered trilogy, just like the Insane Crash trilogy, right? That's for pre-order right now on the Xbox Store. That actually did come to Xbox. It'll be here soon. Spyro, according to Nintendo, the trilogy is not an exclusive as previously thought. So Activision are pumping this out because they're tired of relying on two games, Call of Duty and Destiny, fucking frauds. And they're going to put this out for all platforms, according to Nintendo. So I don't know. For the two of you that care about Spyro, let us know, I guess.
So 90s. I'm over it.
Yeah.
So
Activision's
90s.
trying to make some money in between Call of Duty and whatever the hell else they got coming out. So that's all that is.
Well, either way, in the chat, if you're looking forward to it, let us know. Speaking of the chat, shout out to almost 450 people watching us live. Guys, hit that like button if you can. Trying to get to 300 before the end of the show. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 leaked. Now, are we surprised by this at all, Salty?
Surprised about when it's coming out. I think that's the only surprise.
The rumor date, right?
Yeah, the rumor. Yeah, the rumor date. It's coming out pretty soon. I don't know the specific date, but it doesn't match up, right? Yeah, April. Because before, when they remastered, what was it, Modern Warfare, that came out day and date with the other Call of Duty, the new one. So the date is kind of weird, but as far as them, you know, remastering it and making more money, that's Activision. So not surprised about that at all. This is a game, arguably, Modern Warfare 2 is the most popular Call of Duty ever. So this game's going to make bank when it comes out. I'm excited about it.
You know, that precisely is the reason that I think this April release date could be accurate, because what happened when Activision released Modern Warfare 1 with Infinite Warfare? For one, they tied the digital code to the disc because they're the most anti-consumer frauds in the universe. But secondly, nobody played Infinite Warfare because they had Modern Warfare. So that multiplayer died off. Everyone hated it. You know, and they don't want that to happen to Black Ops 4. So if they release Modern Warfare 2 remaster sooner, then by the time Black Ops 4 comes out, they'll be kind of over the Modern Warfare phase and maybe more willing to invest in those microtransactions.
Yeah.
Hey, look at it this way. They could start putting out 2 Call of Duties a year instead of 1, right? A remaster and then a new one.
It wasn't bad enough that that's what they're leaning on more than anything. Yeah. Call of Duty, Destiny. What else do you make, Activision? Nothing.
I will give them some props, though.
You think it'll be $40, or do you think they'll sell it for $60?
Nah, 40.
Yeah. As Titan Drago made a really good video on this. So he showed the guy in Modern Warfare 1 remaster, the fucking microtransaction guy. You know, he said he's coming to Modern Warfare 2. He'll be in the corner sitting back there by a laptop, ready to take your card numbers as soon as the game comes out. So $40 plus microtransactions, plus we'll see if they're brave enough to sell you old DLC again that you already paid for in the past, like they did with Modern Warfare 1.
Oh, they're definitely going to do that. Scumbag.
That shit needs to be everything in it.
I'll give them a little bit of credit, though. I think the timing is good for it. It's good that they separated it, and it's like games are a little bit sparse right now, so it has a chance of really selling well, right? Just like the new one coming out. Oh shit, man! Brain farts today.
Black Ops 4?
No, the racing game that they have coming out in June. It's like racing and flying.
What?
The second one. Ubisoft is releasing that game. What's it called?
It's not Trackmania, is it?
No.
Oh, no. I know what you're talking about. Something about the Crew.
Yeah, the Crew too. So instead of releasing that like in November, you know, with all these other games, they're releasing it in the summer. So it's good that they're spreading some of these games out. It gives an opportunity for these games to do well at least, or get played. So
Cali Rex has an interesting question. He says, "Hey, dealer, if EA are feeling the pressure of these microtransactions, which we know they lost $3 billion because of their stupid, greedy decisions, maybe that would encourage Activision to kind of avoid them all around. Activision have no soul, okay? Like, they don't care. They really don't. Like, they'll suck your soul out of your asshole. However they can get it, they will do whatever they can. I'm just going to throw it out there. So, it's Activision. Just expect to get nickel and dimed 1,000 times per second, and they're going to sell you shit you already bought in the past. So, any other final thoughts on Modern Warfare 2 Remaster?
No,
not at all. All right, well, the panel's quite shocked here. Hey, we got the Xbox share feature that we talked about last week. Apparently, there was a 1 gigabyte update to that, and that has improved dramatically, is what I'm being told by a few different people. So no longer is there a necessity for Upload Studio like there once was on certain things that you're trying to share. If you're trying to share a photo, it's instantaneously like PS4 and Switch now. So you remember we were ragging on that last week, right? That's been fixed, which is good. So I might use it now.
Yeah, they need to still improve it. Like yesterday, I was trying to stream Sea of Thieves, and I don't know, my PC was just tripping, so I had to stream it on the Xbox One X, and like I have to use Mixer, otherwise I had to go hook up my Elgato, which I actually did, so I could get it straight to YouTube. Microsoft, if you're listening, please have an option of us being able to stream directly to fucking YouTube, please.
Please.
Hey, just so you know, though, they've spoken on that. That's Google. Google has to update the YouTube app to support that. So they did recently, just in case people have given up on that app because it's been the same for 4 years. They did recently, over the last 5 months, update the YouTube app to support 4K playback, 60 frames per second. Really good quality. I'm enjoying it. So if you haven't tried it, try it out. It's
I have not, and I will.
better. Yes. D, why do you think people are kind of giving people shit for wanting more narrative-driven kind of games in the community, right? I mean, even last week we were talking about this, our desire for Microsoft to cater more to the adults in the community, the guys that really propelled Xbox to where they're at. Why do you think people are getting kind of trash for this?
I don't know. It's like, are these guys in denial? Like, how can it's fine to love your brand and to have some type of loyalty towards it, but at the end of the day, you want to play good games on your system, and if the games are not coming on your system and you're not vocal about it, how do you expect things to change? And like, I know Zaire has been getting like a lot of shit lately, and I think part of the reason why Zaire is probably getting a little bit more shit is because, you know, earlier on in the generation, you know, they were really pushing the console wars. So I think, you know, there's a lot of hardcore Xbox guys on there. So when they hear him talking about shit like that, you know, they their panties get all up in a bunch, you know. But in all honesty, like, we need better games. I really do believe that Microsoft is going to produce it at this E3 because they have to, because we've been crying and bitching for quite some time. So they got to show something. But there's nothing wrong with wanting more out of your platform. And if you guys are loyal to your brand and you can't see that, I don't know, that's like stupid. Like, if you're the fan of the New York Knicks, like, you can't sit there and say, oh, the Knicks are the best team ever, and how could you dare down them? They're fucking losing. They're not playing well. You should want them to do better. It's just stupidity.
Yeah, and you know what? Microsoft have to contend with the fact that a lot of that support that people are referencing is for, you know, the type of games they're looking for. A lot of it is third party, and Microsoft need to go out of their way to get that third party support, or else it's going to look way worse than it really is. So once again, Microsoft do need to focus on that, as we said before. I don't know why others are being attacked. We've never been attacked over it. It's just common sense, I feel. So, Luca, I know you got something to say on this.
Honestly, I think that people are delusional. I think that's really comes down to, they want to believe that everything is fine because they don't want to speak ill about the preferred platform. Personally, I don't understand it, but I've heard a lot of really crazy stuff in this community, like how 60 frames doesn't matter. I'm sure we all remember that. That ridiculous narrative. And it's just like, you know, people want to pretend like they're cool with what they're getting, or maybe they are cool with what they're getting, but it's kind of like there's nothing wrong with asking for more. You should want more from your preferred platform.
Mm-hmm. And there are those, real quick, that would maybe try to persuade you that anybody speaking out is trying to be a neutral or any of that fucking trash. Obviously, I prefer Xbox. You guys know that. That's my preferred ecosystem platform. I got 400 games there. I just like it. It's my thing. And I want that to improve. I want more games like Rise of the Tomb Raider, for instance. Phenomenal. You know, so just because we say things doesn't mean anybody's trying to be a neutral. It's just facts. It's just how it is.
Well, for example, like, seriously, like, what are we looking for? I'm looking forward to State of Decay. I know we haven't got an official announcement on the new Forza Horizon, but we all know it's coming. And I'm looking forward to that. And what else am I looking forward to? On the Xbox side, there's nothing. Where on the PlayStation side, there's quite a few games, even if they're a little bit further out, that we're looking forward to. And Microsoft, Xbox, they need to.
That's the difference too, though, is they've taken the liberty to show you things that you're going to see again this E3. Whereas Microsoft, I think you might only see Crackdown 3 and the debut of its what the fuck was that? Okay,
Probably a cat.
The debut of its destruction. So I think, you know, that's probably the game they'll recycle for E3, but otherwise I think there's a lot on the plate there. And with Sony, we know we're going to see a lot of stuff we've seen already, and not good or bad, just saying it. And, you know, if Crackdown 3's destruction works, D, I think that's going to be something that you're going to get, you know, I know you're going to be into it.
And I also want to touch a little bit on this. GDC, they showed the new ray tracing, and like this is the shit that I've been saying Microsoft needs to do. They need to produce better tools so that these developers can make better looking games. And that ray tracing stuff looks phenomenal. Like imagine games being created with that technology. This is the type of shit that we need. And Microsoft needs to go back to being a pioneer, because like when Gears of War originally came out on the Unreal Engine, we were the PlayStation side wasn't getting that shit. It was just the Microsoft side that was getting at the Xbox platform. Mm-hmm. And Microsoft, they need to deliver some groundbreaking tech and groundbreaking games. They have the money for it. They're one of the biggest companies in the world. There's no excuses. It's time to produce, man.
Yeah. And, we'll see what happens. For real quick, I haven't got a chance to really look into ray tracing. Give us the post-it note version of what exactly that is for people that haven't looked into it either.
You know what? I'm still reading up on the full announcement from GDC, so I don't want to spur on inaccurate information because I'm still reading up on it. So I got to see how it applies to AMD, because AMD and NVIDIA, they're both doing it a little bit differently. But basically, you're going to get better looking games. These games are going to be more. They're going to be more accurate. Like the materials, the modeling, it's just going to be more accurate. The way they're doing things is differently. It's better tools, and you're just going to have better looking games in a nutshell.
Well, maybe one of the 500 people watching this can tell us in the chat, because I know what ray tracing is. It's not a new technique, but I don't know what specifically the news is on regarding ray tracing. So let us know.
Well, they kind of. I know that they kind of added it to the API, so they updated the Unreal Engine. So, and DX12 is going to be using, DX12 in the Unreal Engine is going to be adding this new ray tracing technique. I just don't know what they changed about it, because they did some changes. I really got to read up on the GDC stuff. To be honest with you, I've been doing a Samsung show the last 2 weeks, so I'm a little bit out the loop.
Well, hey, let's shift gears to this kind of minuscule Xbox update that gives us the ability to check download percentages in the guide.
Wow! Such a big feature.
Yeah.
That's what we've been asking for, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have these little quality of life updates.
But, I thought it should be there before. I have caught myself thinking, how come I can't hit this button and check my download progress? Because I don't want to leave YouTube or whatever I'm listening to, right? Or my game. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd have to go to games and apps, go to queue, etc. So, or back to home. So it is good, but that's about. I'm waiting on the big updates. I did a video about this. There's a lot of good stuff coming to Xbox, and we're waiting for that to get their preview. So, once again, Salt, you got anything to add on the community stuff or anything?
Yeah, the community stuff is just some weirdo shit to me. Like. I do an Xbox centric channel, but I speak my mind. Like, I'm not gonna change my thoughts to please the audience. Unfortunately, there's some people out there that feel like if you say something negative to their plastic box of choice, then they think that you're pandering to certain audiences or whatever. But it's more troublesome for the people that don't speak their mind and change their topics or just say everything positive. That's not what you want, like people have opinions, and that's why they're on YouTube for the most part. And the fact that people are going to go out and attack them because they're changing, that's what life is about. We change the way we think sometimes. It's just the way things go. So, if someone was more pro Xbox 3 years ago and now they're a little bit more pro PlayStation, that's just life. Yeah. It's just weird that people go out of their way to call people frauds or fake neutrals just because they have a certain opinion. It's weirdo shit, like I said. So it is what it is, man.
In all honesty, if you choose to like a different platform, that's your business. Who cares? Is it that serious, really?
I mean, it is serious for some of these people. I personally don't understand it, and honestly, you don't have to choose. There doesn't have to be a choice. It doesn't have to be just PlayStation or just Xbox. Just be a multi-console owner and play on both of them. Like, who cares?
And that's the problem. Most of them aren't multi-platform owners. They own one, and so they feel like because they own that specific one. And I'm not bashing on either side of the console war, but like I noticed a lot of PlayStation guys are not Xbox owners, where a lot of Xbox owners own a PlayStation 4. Yeah. So I think, and a PC, and a Switch in some cases, but like I can voice my opinion about a PlayStation 4 because I own one. You know, and some of these kids, they come out and they junk and they talk shit about the Xbox, and they never even touched it. It's just like they incite these wars because they have so much allegiance to this piece of plastic. They completely refuse to touch the other one. You know,
a lot of people aren't self-aware. I guarantee you, when Sea of Thieves Metacritic finally settles down, if it's around a 75, a 72, we're going to see people making fun of that. And meanwhile, they were defending the Order's 61. They were defending Killzone's 71. They were, you know what I'm saying? Drive Club's 70, I think, for. They just don't. They set themselves up for failure, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So they got double standards. It's really odd to me, but I guarantee it, mark my words, you're going to see people making fun of this, just like somebody on Twitter doing it today.
They already are, and it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have heard, but they're like review bombing Sea of Thieves already. So there's a lot of people going out of their way to give it a bad score in terms of user reviews. I don't understand why everyone is just so negative. Like, I just don't have the energy to do any of that, mostly just because I don't care, because I have better things to be doing with my time. And it's also like, you know, people got their panties in a twist when people were comparing Rise and God of War, but then they go out of their way to say, well, God of War is better than Sea of Thieves. I'm like, those are even more like that. What? Like, what are you doing? It's like they don't even realize how much they contradict themselves. Like, I swear to God, people in this community are very stupid.
Personally, I don't know. I think if you have to go out of your way to go to a site to review bomb it, or to even like say cheat in video games, I don't know, man. You're some different type of level. You're a different type of level loser, honestly.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if you think how badly you think Sea of Thieves has been kind of bombed by Sony fanboys. I don't know why they would do it. The game's not perfect. It doesn't need help getting criticism, in my opinion. You know, so let us know what you think about that down below.
It's successful though, so you know it's doing well. Like it's doing well. A lot of people picked it up. People thought that the game would do shitty because of Game Pass, and there's a lot of fucking users. There's so many users on there that some users can't get on right now.
Yeah. But D, the true test for this game is going to be 2 months down the line, you know, because a lot of people are curious about it. And let's be honest, a lot of people are hopping in because of Game Pass, right? Me personally, if I gave you my true opinion on Sea of Thieves, I would get hung up by a lot of these people that are DMing, you know, people with their true opinions. My opinion on Sea of Thieves is not a popular one, and I don't think we have the time.
Salty, I got you on that. I offered my opinion about the game months ago, and I was crucified in the chat and in the comment section. People just hating, and it's like, okay, get over it, losers. I have a different opinion than yours.
Because, like, honestly, I gave it a chance. Like, I was super excited about this game. It's been in development for 4 years, so I was expecting a lot of stuff, and I've played it, and I'll give it more opportunity down the line to show me more. But like I said before, if I'm giving my true opinion about something, it's not because I'm making it up or I'm trying to bash the brand. I'm just giving you my opinion, you know.
But we're not a fucking hive, you know. Not everybody can't have the same opinion. There's nothing wrong, you know. Some people like fucking basketball, some people like hockey, some people like baseball, and some people that like one sport can't stand the other. It's just an opinion, and everyone's entitled to that. I don't understand why someone has to get ragged on because they share a different point of view than you.
Now, I will say that if you're ragging on something you never played, that I can understand.
Yeah, but if you tried it, you don't like it, then fair play.
Yeah, me and myself, I haven't played it, and I don't think I want to play it. I say it's not my thing. I'm not going to say it sucks. You'll never catch me saying it sucks. I'll just say it's not my thing, or I wouldn't play it because that's just how it is. I'd have it. So, hey, shout out to almost 550 people watching this live. Hit that like button if you can, guys.
Wait, didn't you just say Persona looks like it sucks?
When
we were in a party together.
Looks like, but that's different than saying it does suck.
Oh, okay.
Anything else, Rod?
I'm just saying, that I'm spooky right now, you know.
Yeah, I mean, no, not spooky at all because I'm not into JRPGs at all, especially turn-based games in general. So to me, knowing it's turn-based by itself would make that game look like it's going to suck for me. But did I say the game sucks? No, because that's subjective and critically it's doing very well. So I don't know, not my type of game. You know what is my type of game though, Luca? Shadow of the Tomb Raider. What did you think about this CGI trailer?
I thought it looked really good, but Crystal Dynamics, I heard that they're not the ones working on it this time. It's going to be Eidos Montreal. Yeah.
I keep hearing that, yeah. Which is odd because they revealed the game. They're the ones who revealed it in their Twitter account. So maybe they're trying to keep that on the DL. Do you think that's going to affect quality?
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. It depends because the last game that Eidos Montreal did, I think it was Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, and that game, if you ask someone, like, people's opinions on that game vary drastically. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think in this instance, we do have to wait and see because there were a lot of people who said that they didn't like the story for Rise of the Tomb Raider. The gameplay was great. The game looked phenomenal, but the story didn't connect for them like it did with the 2013 reboot. So I think, you know, maybe this will be a good change because it supposedly has a different writer as well.
I think it's more important what the engine is that they're using.
Well, you know they're updating their CPU protocols, right? So it's not going to have the CPU climbing animations. Salty just beat this, man. You know what I'm talking about. The CPU, the climbing animations are very kind of 360-ish because it was a cross-gen type game. I don't know. I think it's going to be amazing. It's probably one of my most anticipated games this year, and I love those types of third-person action-adventure games. So, yeah, if it's not being made by them, Luca, yeah, that could be interesting for sure.
Yeah, I really hope the game does well. And this is something I want to say in terms of Sea of Thieves. I don't understand anyone who could cheer at a game doing badly or reviewing well. Like, I don't get that. You know,
We're seeing it a lot right now, huh?
Yeah, I don't ever want to see a game fail. Like, that doesn't bring me any pleasure. It doesn't make me feel good to see the work that someone put in for years just being bashed and bombed, and just, it doesn't make me feel good. You know, I feel bad for those devs and I feel bad for the game. And it's like, damn, that sucks. Like, it's not for me, but I don't want to see it fail, you know?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. God, you're not escaping that $20 bill, D. You're not escaping it, man. It's not happening.
Wait, did you ever pay him back?
Hey, you know what? I told him to hit me up on Twitter. I have his codes for him. I have his money. So I told him I'd give him some. I told him I'd give him a month of Game Pass and Assassin's Creed, the one before it, Black Flag. So he just has to his codes. So
what's the bet? I didn't hear the bet.
I bet him $20 on I can't remember, one of the Xbox One X outselling the PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
And I lost it. So
it beat the Pro. You bet him it would beat the base PlayStation?
No, I bet him that both the Xbox One and the Xbox One X would. Oh,
you basically, it was an NPD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you
know what? I would have been right if it wasn't for that pesky Sony last minute move.
It wasn't for those darn kids.
and Microsoft, you know, I don't know. They had their hands in their pockets saying la 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 la. I don't know. They should have reacted right away and lowered the price of the Xbox One S right away. And
didn't they lower it before the base, like, PlayStation? It wasn't like a week or two before?
Yeah. See, they lowered it a week or two before, and also too the PlayStation 4 Pro got a price cut too. So it was too much for a lot of people to resist. And you know what? To be honest with you, I think it was a lot of people that probably had an Xbox, and you know, they saw how cheap the PS4 was, and they ended up picking up a PS4.
Yeah, just enjoy your bowl of Frosted Ales, and somebody said PS4 in the chat. I haven't heard that in forever. What happened to that guy? Brodeo. What happened to him? Anyway, yeah, we got some plans for Microsoft. I did a video on this when it leaked from a Forbes writer. What's that guy's name? Tom Warren, Turd Warren. He leaked this the day before Microsoft actually came out, said it officially, and then revealed a whole lot of other information. So at the time, my video I had on it was about the leak. And then that morning, my video released. Like, I was sleeping. My video released like 2 hours after the actual announcement happened. So I woke up to a video that was out of date. So I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to take it down. Microsoft already confirmed it and told us a lot. So what they did confirm was that Xbox will be using the Microsoft Theater for their E3 press conference. And they'll also be using the whole thing for game demos. They have an entire convention center for all of their game demos. So all the bullshit rumors about the floor space and, you know, these people, they sound so stupid. Their conference will also be on June 10th, Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So they're going on Sunday again, which is kind of this is a newer thing for them, Luca.
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect to see there? One game that you maybe hope to see there?
So.
Well, I would like to see a new IP.
Come on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to see a new IP. I did want to comment on the whole floor space thing. First of all, this is just another instance of how stupid people look when they go and they make their videos and they make all these claims after hearing a rumor, and then it's just like, oh, haha, Microsoft has the smallest floor space, so that means they're going to show the least amount of games. And it's kind of like, wasn't there one year Nintendo had the biggest floor space and they showed like 1 or 2 games? Oh, okay. Like, I just don't understand what's wrong with these people. It's like logic fails most of the guys in this community, and they just refuse to wait for official announcements. They just make all these claims and absolutes, and it's just like, do y'all like looking stupid?
They do. And they have, I don't remember shit. That's what I'm trying to say. The weird thing is Microsoft showed by far the most games last E3.
Yes, they did.
So you're not in a position to even be talking, in my opinion.
Like, I just don't get it. Honestly, it's kind of like no matter what Xbox does, people are going to hate on it, even if it's something good. It's like they'll find a reason to hate on it. And I just like, how do you have so much energy to be such a hateful person? Because let me tell you, between work and my friends and like actually playing my games, I don't have time to like be, obsessed with what some piece
it used
of
to be so much worse. It used to be so much worse, believe it or not. And that's why I was such a fucking asshole years ago, because the community was so ridiculous. And it's like, you just want to kind of fight back against some of these morons. Yeah. So you fight hate with hate sometimes. And it's not the right way to do it. But, things change. You mellow out. You kind of gain a little more perspective and knowledge. And you try dismantling things like Microsoft did when they announced this whole plan for their E3 to take place in an entire convention center. Salty, you got any real quick thoughts on this?
Man, it's just the way the industry is going for the most part. The convention center is very cramped. They're letting more and more fans in there. I personally haven't been there, but I've talked to people that have, and they said it is extremely cramped. And why not, man? If you have the building, you have an entire theater, move across the way, move everything over there. The funny thing is a lot of the people that were talking shit about the booth size, and they're very vocal on that. When the news came out and it broke that they were going to move across the street, I haven't heard a peep of an apology or nothing. See, it's just like a lot of these people just talk the shit, and then when they're wrong, they kind of scurry under their desks and they wait for something else to come out. But
that's absolutely a fact. Oh, and then I heard people, I was like, what? I heard one of the vocal PlayStation guys say, yeah, I was just joking around when I said that. I was like, what? I was like, you absolutely were not joking around. You were one of the most toxic people in this community. You were a hateful person.
I think I know you're
not kidding. Like, I'm sure you do. So I'm just kind of like, okay, like bruh, like, I just don't know what's wrong with these people.
Yeah, they dance and they forget and they say, well, I'm just a troll, so don't take me seriously. But obviously, they look really stupid. That's why no one takes them seriously.
I didn't see what the big deal was, because like the majority of the people aren't going to E3 anyway. You're gonna be watching on Mixer, on fucking Twitch or YouTube. So like, why do you care how big the fucking floor space is? You're not gonna be there fucking playing the games. Shut up and watch the shit on TV.
Well, it's a fanboy war thing.
How's the floor space?
That's one of the bullet points on that fanboy war card I was talking about a few days ago on a video. Every one of these.
For us, the E3 show isn't about. For us, the E3 show, for us that are not going, the E3 show isn't about floor space. It's about what's happening on stage when they have that hour or two to show shit. That's what we're concerned about. I don't give a fuck if you get to play the game or not. If you drove your ass all the way to California to stand around in line with some sweaty motherfuckers to stand in line and play one game, no, I don't care. That's your choice. I chose to watch it on Mixers. Get the fuck out of here.
Not only to play like one game, but many of those games run like trash at E3, really bad. So they really do. I don't know. Bad Seed said, expose them, Luca. He also said that he thinks others get attacked over their opinion on Microsoft's game direction because they don't do it in a respectful manner. They don't really do it in a conversational type of way. So that's a good point, Bad Seed. It could be very well the case. So we've got February NPD leaked leaked numbers. Apparently, I got this off of a link I found, and I was really surprised because there's some stuff here that is out of whack and kind of leads me to not really buy it 100%. But at the same time, you know, who knows? So I'm going to bring it to you guys. Of course, it's interesting. PS4 winning, of course, right? Barely, but Xbox coming in second, Switch third. PS4 1.3 million. This is why I'm kind of sketchy on this. 1.3 million for PS4, 1.1 for Xbox, 1 million for Switch. But a million in February is an absolutely ridiculous number of consoles to sell in February.
Yeah. Considering everyone's pockets are dry. Yeah, it is a good number.
Well, just, you know, it's not the holiday. The games are kind of slow.
What about taxes, though? Tax returns?
That's true.
Yeah.
I thought they got those back like in, I guess they can get it back in
No,
February.
you can get them. That's when I, got them.
would have got back in the time.
Well,
That's
yeah.
right.
Then, hey, that's a really good point. So who knows? I don't know if historically they're about the same. Maybe someone in the chat can let us know real quick. But yeah, so there's your numbers. Very close as usual. Even though PlayStation's so much better, they are always really, really, really close, aren't they, Luca?
Yeah, it's odd how it's like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Since the X came out, they've really been closing the gap. Like, yeah, the PlayStation has won, but it's been like, by like 10,000. And like, in the scheme of things, that's not really a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember when they were barely hitting 100K?
Yeah.
That wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So,
Yeah, they knew the X was coming out, so why would same thing happened to PS4 when the Pro was announced. PS4 sales dropped sharply. Same reason multi-plat support and sales went to, or multi-plat sales rather, were primarily on PlayStation after the Pro released, because you just got a Pro. You're going to buy that game on the Pro and see what it can do. So things shift accordingly, I do believe.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like if you use basic logic, you'll be able to figure out why certain things are happening. And it's like most people don't. So
She said that like cringy.
Logic, what's that?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's something is wrong with some people,
The Xbox One X is having some good deals too, right? Like they're finally starting to have some bundles with. I think they have a Sea of Thieves bundle and some other stuff.
Yep.
So
I think that's till Thursday, right?
Yeah.
It ends this week. So if you want Sea of Thieves for free, watch my video that I'm going to release tonight and make your decision. I'm just going to put that out there. So
shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. Very shameless. Developer basically says, hey, expect Xbox One, the sequel in 2020. Nothing new. We've kind of called this already.
Yeah.
Not really big news in any way, regardless of what you might have heard. Microsoft confirms that they will be at Gamescom this year. So just for those wondering, I know sometimes some of these guys skip it and go to a different event. They're definitely doing Gamescom. Hopefully Shannon Loft isn't there with Super Lucky's Tale 8K port, super sample version, and saying it's a big surprise. That's all I'm going to say. So
Super Lucky's Tale 3.
I'll say this though: if they're gonna be at Gamescom, I think that means they got something to show. They're not just gonna go there and show nothing.
Oh, really? Like,
we said,
like
I was gonna
last
say,
year?
yeah, we said that last year, and they did what? Age
They
of
showed
Empires.
some really, great controllers.
I
Sorry,
think
Fuck yeah.
I know we've been saying this for a while, but I really think Microsoft is aware of the state that they're in, and I think they're going to start showing the games. They don't have a choice. Like, come on, they don't have a choice. It's like they've been given the ultimatum.
Well, I think you're right in the fact that they're aware, just like how Phil Spencer last week was like, yeah, we could show some games off early, but then people would just complain about us not having games at E3, so we're not going to do that. So I think they're aware of what's going on.
D, you've got a groupie. Got a groupie in the chat. Look at him.
GQ?
You're better than the rest of the panel. I agree, man. You see D's hair? It's absolutely phenomenal.
He's very handsome.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to
Very
be a
much.
coach.
Hey, if Microsoft is going to be at Gamescom, please take the couches that you were sitting on and doing the show and take them outside and burn them. And just do it
But their
standing
floor
up.
space is so small at GDC.
Yeah.
You know
Fox
what?
says she's blocking me, guys.
I think
I'm
I'm
sorry,
gonna
Fox.
Because you're hating on that Super Lucky's Tale. She likes it.
I'm sure she understands where I'm coming from here, right?
Mhm.
Don't come to Gamescom touting a big surprise and then tell me that you're excited for this massive surprise. Pull Zoo Tycoon, Disney Adventures,
Disney Adventures,
and whatever the fuck else it was, out of your purse and tell me, hey, these are in 4K now, when you just got done telling me that the Xbox One X is for hardcore gamers. You know, so that's just like, I don't like it. I don't like that shit. So plus I was just, I don't know. I just, whatever. I just don't want to see much more Shannon.
I just want to address someone in the chat here. Big Daddy Tomcat. Okay.
No, don't do it.
So
DDoS the show.
Oh my God.
Hey, is anyone else there? Who else here?
Still live?
Cut out.
Okay.
Hey,
no,
go. Seriously though, shout out to you, Fox. I'm not attacking the game or Shannon, seriously, but I would like to see some changes there. That's just my opinion. So,
yeah,
Luca, you fell into like a portal or something.
I know. I like disappeared. I saw that thing that Big Daddy Tomcat said, and I was just like, oh. No, but like legit, my stuff stopped working. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, it went down. But yeah, on the TLC TV, yeah, it's going to be better this year. It's got an expanded color range from last year. It's got more dimming zones, and they improved the input lag as well. But I'm going to have an upcoming video. It's probably coming up tomorrow on what's the real TV to get. And I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's some awesome news that I'm going to deliver.
Awesome news?
Awesome. Awesome. I honestly tell you, it surprised me, to be honest with you.
That's good. I guess I'll have to get that from you after the show. So they will be at Gamescom. Hopefully they try a different approach this time. Okay. So apparently there is a cloud gaming division going on with Microsoft. I did a video on this. I've kind of said everything I need to say on it in the video. It's kind of a long video. But Luca, what are your thoughts on people freaking out because of the future, because they fear things they don't understand?
Okay, I'm going to sound like really rude. Actually, I will try to phrase this in a way that doesn't make me sound rude. I just think it's a lot of people who are not used to certain things, and they're not ready for change as it stands right now. They're scared. They're worried about it. They're nervous. They're afraid of losing certain freedoms, so they don't want to deal with the reality of where the industry is going, and that's just kind of like how it is. And it's like you either accept it or you just can stop gaming, I guess. I don't like I don't know, you know. Like eventually, I think people will complain, but eventually they'll get with the times because that's typically what happens.
People are always scared of change. I'll give you an example. I just got my mom a Google Home Mini, and I'm telling her, how it works and how she talks to it. She's like, "Oh my gosh, but it's gonna hear all my conversations." No, I want this thing turned off. And she's like going on.
She better slam her cell phone on the ground as hard as she can. Then
it's like it's a choice. Like there's still gonna be physical consoles. In fact, I think the next console will probably have that feature built into it. I think a lot of the TVs maybe next year, the year after, are gonna have that feature built into it. It's an option. You don't have to do it. You can get a console. Traditionally, you can get a PC, a PS4, a Switch, whatever. You'll still be able to play the games the way that you like to. But if you want that option of not having to invest in the hardware, it's just another option.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that article said that they were going to keep the hardware. So, plus, Rand did a video about it, and then Mikey Barra was like, "Not or, it's and," or something like that. Like, and then Rand was like, "I never said you were taking away hardware, but watch my video before commenting, sir." He didn't say that, but it was implied.
No, but I will say though, it is looking like that's gonna be a feasible medium, because somebody hit me up on Twitter, said that they tried out the NVIDIA cloud gaming, and he was raving about it. He said that he was shocked that he couldn't perceive any type of lag. He said that it was spot on. So I've actually signed up for this beta as well. So hopefully I get invited the next 2 weeks so I can give my opinion on that service. But, it has the potential. And Microsoft, we know, they're the kings of software. So if anyone can do it, they can do it. It won't be like PlayStation now, because that's just horrible. Like, there's a lot of freaking lag on it. Even when I'm streaming from my PlayStation to my Surface, there's a lot of lag. And when I stream my Xbox to my Surface, there's like no lag. So there's levels to it.
Yeah, and there's tons of videos out there to demonstrate that. People using 200 megabyte up, down. I mean, if you're not getting good results at that point, there's something in the infrastructure and the software that's messing that up. So, Salty, what are your thoughts on just how crazy people are being about some of this stuff?
Someone dying in the background.
Are you okay? It's water, man.
420 came early.
420. What do I think? I think that a lot, like everybody was saying, change is a scary thing. It's very scary for some people. They hold on to some of these things and they until the last minute. It's like when people were forced to upgrade to HD TVs. You remember that? It's like there was a certain point where all the broadcasts for all the news stations are like, "Hey, you need to upgrade your old TV. We're gonna shut this off and we're gonna go all HD." And then people just kept holding on to it. You know, it's just an example of that. But I think where the problem lies is like in the messaging. Like Microsoft consistently, I think, has a problem with their communication and the way they communicate things and their marketing and stuff like that. They made it a point not to announce games years in advance, but now they're talking about tech that probably won't hit for, I don't know, 5 years or 4 years. So then it's just kind of a projectile vomit of information on people that don't understand it. And they think it's happening tomorrow when it's not happening for a while. So it's just, I think that it's in the message, right? I think it's the way it's communicated to people.
To be honest with you, I think we're going to get an announcement at E3 on this cloud gaming thing. I think it's coming sooner than later. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't perceive it being something that's mainstream for a couple of years, honestly. Just the way you know, internet it's an option. It's not going to be forced, and a lot of people are scared that their way of life is going to be attacked. Like if you're a console gamer, you've been a console gamer. You know, I've been in the Xbox ecosystem since the beginning, and a lot of people feel that way. They feel like their Xbox is going to be taken away. They're not going to be able to be a console gamer anymore, but that's not the case. But like
a console for you.
Yeah. So I personally think it's cool. You know, they have that partnership with Samsung. You know, maybe down the line you could put it on smart TVs and TVs in the future, you know.
Mad Max just gave us a bit of insight as to why people might be scared about this. Now, he says that they fucked this generation up because they were pushing streaming services and all that stuff. And that's why they lost this generation. Now, that's not accurate, because really what happened, you might be referring to the TV stuff, TV, sports. They could have done that during the reveal, which that was the reveal, come out at E3 and destroyed games and done perfectly fine had they never had the DRM that people didn't understand. It wasn't the right time. If they had the faster hardware and then they were at $400 like Sony, the conversation would be completely different. It wasn't about streaming. They didn't mention streaming. They meant TV. That's what it was. So when it comes to streaming, this is, you know, taking something that you could usually play on your Xbox and use it as a remote server or whatever. Use the cloud Game Pass app and click on a game in Game Pass app and boot it up on any device that you can hook a Bluetooth controller to and play. This is different. And this is actually a feature, a commodity, a convenience. It is pro-consumer because it gives you more options. You know, and I did a whole video on this. If you want to know more, check that out. It's I got a lot of compliments on the video.
I also think it's going to increase the player base count. Like, you know, if you got more players to play online with, you know, it's better for the game.
Yeah, Noof says Xbox didn't ask it because you don't need an Xbox to play Xbox games, and that's true. But once again, that can be seen as a convenience, a commodity. You can play it on your PC, you can play it on your Xbox. That's actually a good thing, contrary to popular belief. More options, much like PS3 and Vita Cross-Buy, same thing. Except for now, you have the option to run whatever games you want at whatever resolutions, frame rates, etc. It's only a bad thing to fanboys who say, oh, you took this away from Xbox. I can't claim that as a true exclusive anymore. So that's how I look at Play Anywhere.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I think the reason that Xbox is doing the way it's doing right now is mostly just because of the games. You know, they don't have games that appeal to a wider audience. I hear a lot of people complaining and blaming the people in the community about like not buying certain games, and I'm like, no, I blame Xbox for not coming out with games that people that are compelling enough to make people want to pick up a system.
Don't be mad at me for not buying Loco Cycle.
Exactly. Like I'm not gonna buy a game just because it's on my preferred platform. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick up the games I'm interested in. And if there's nothing I'm interested in, then whatever, so be it. I'll find my interest somewhere else, you know? So I just think that personally, the reason the Xbox is doing the way it is right now, it was a very bad start. It was a very bad start. But, you know, lack of compelling IPs, it hurts.
So Noof says he can only play God of War on the PS4. Bottom line, that's true. It's absolutely true. Unless, of course, they bring it to PS Now like they did with Killzone and stuff in the future. But to me, that's not a good thing. I would like to be able to play it God of War at 60 frames per second if I could, for instance, right?
I think I love Play Anywhere. Like, I love the fact that I can play it on my PC too. Sea of Thieves, I can play it on my PC. I can play it on my Xbox One X. I only paid for the game once. In fact, I didn't even really pay for the game. I got it through Game Pass. Tony in the chat here is saying, is Game Pass available for PC as well? Well, if you have a PC and you have Game Pass, you can download that game on the PC and play it as well.
And just to clarify, though, real quick, just because, you know, I see where he's coming from a sales perspective. Am I worried about Microsoft's money? No, because it's not my money.
Exactly.
Am I worried about if that initiative benefits me? Yes, because I am the consumer. I get that service and benefit. And so do you. You may not have a PC now, and though I do play on mine, like 1% of the time I play games, I'm on the PC. I never play on it. But, you know, when it's there, I want it, and I'll have it. If you get a PC, you've already got a library of Forza Horizon 3 and Forza 7 and State of Decay 2 and Crackdown and Sea of Thieves and Resident Evil 7 and Shadow of War that you already have to play on your PC. You already have a PC game library. You don't even know it.
Yeah. I want to piggyback off of that. It just comes down to elite, you know, mentality, elitism, the fact that I have something that you don't have. The fact of the matter is, a lot of people that are on the console space, yes, we could go to PC and we could play a lot of these games and play them at higher frame rates and all this other stuff, but we have to deal with the bullshit. That's why we're still on console. So a lot of people are saying, hey, I don't need to buy an Xbox. I can play it on PC. But deep down inside, they know they'll never buy a PC. It's just,
oh, that's a fact. That is,
you know, so.
A fact. Like, a lot of people
I don't want to say
Noof's
not wrong here in any way. I'm not saying that at all.
It's not an attack against Noof.
He's got good points. And I think there's so many different sides to this argument and this debate. And we'd like to know yours in the comments down below. But that, unfortunately, has been our hour plus. Thank you guys so much for checking out the show. Hit that like button as we start with outros. Predator, man, I know this show's a little crazy, but thanks for coming on, bro.
Oh, man, it's never crazy, man.
Find you.
Predator_H2S on Xbox Live, on PlayStation, on YouTube, on I'm forgetting something, on Twitter. I'm pretty much everywhere. Next podcast on Saturdays. I guest on Crossfire from time to time, and other podcasts across the Xbox community. So just find me on any of those places.
Sea of Weaves. Oh God, Luca. Good show. Where can people find you?
You guys can find me at the Ashton Luca on YouTube, Twitter, and Xbox Live. Yeah, good show. Good discussion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate everyone in the chat for stopping by. Hit the like button. You know, support dealers' content. And thank you to Predator and Saucy for coming and filling in.
Yeah, we want to say thanks for you know, to Noof and Lady Foxfire and Glitcher was in here and everyone else that's always here supporting. You guys are awesome. You literally power the show. D, where can we find you, bro?
You can find me at D_Batch on Twitter and of course on YouTube at DBatch.
D-Batch.
D-Batch.
That'd be on soon,
on purpose?
You know, truth be told, I chose that name because I don't want to really say it on the air, but like my cousin, he's pretty famous, so he said just go with that name. So I just went with it.
All right, I will. I'm changing mine to Dealer Batch. Salty, man, thanks for coming on, man. Once again, so I know it was a little crazy show, a lot of talking about one subject for a long time, man. But thanks for coming on and giving your opinions, man. Where can people find you?
Hey, you can find me at my channel, Saltiest Gaming, 2 words, and the Saltiest podcast, if I can say it, every Thursday at 8:30 Eastern. Thanks for having me on. It was a hoot.
Hoot. Wow, that's been a while since I've talked to my grandma. Hey, Top Dog, absolutely smartest thing Top Dog's ever said in his life. Microsoft Store is fucking trash, and it's true.
Yeah, it is trash.
So, that's who is that? Mike Nichols or somebody, some guy that doesn't want Xbox to have control over the Microsoft Store. He wants to keep that under Windows jurisdiction, and he's literally holding back the entire Microsoft Store because he's being a fuckface. So, I don't like the Microsoft Store. I don't know anyone who does. Sea of Thieves, I went to try it for a split second earlier today on PC just to see how they kind of optimized it, and it wouldn't even go. It was an error. So I think that was something else related. I'm not sure, but yeah, you're right, Top Dog. Good job, bro. So once again, guys, hit that like button as we leave. We're out, guys. We appreciate it.
Bye.
Later.
Peace.
Do your bye. There you go.